Welcome to a place shrouded in mystery and intrigue, a place where the most notorious criminals of their time were locked away on an island in the heart of San Francisco Bay. In today's video, we'll be delving into the fascinating history of Alcatraz prison, often referred to as the Rock. This formidable fortress served as a maximum security prison for some of America's most dangerous criminals, and its stories of escape attempts, harsh conditions, and the enigmatic allure of Alcatraz continue to capture our imaginations to this day. Join us as we unlock the secrets of Alcatraz, a place that has left an indelible mark on the annals of American history and criminal justice. So, without further ado, let's embark on a journey into the enigmatic world of Alcatraz prison. United States Penitentiary, Alcatraz Island, known colloquially as Alcatraz or the Rock, was a federal maximum security prison situated on Alcatraz Island, approximately 1.25 miles, 2.01 kilometers, off the coast of San Francisco, California, in the United States. The location had a history as a fort dating back to the 1850s, with the primary prison building being constructed from 1910 to 1912, originally serving as a U.S. Army military prison. The United States Department of Justice took control of the United States Disciplinary Barracks, Pacific Branch, on Alcatraz on October 12, 1933. After significant modernization and security enhancements, the island was repurposed as a prison under the Federal Bureau of Prisons in August 1934. Due to its remote island setting, strong currents in San Francisco Bay, and rigorous security measures, Alcatraz was regarded as an escape-proof and highly secure prison facility in the United States. The three-story cell house included four main cell blocks, referred to as a block through D block, along with the warden's office, visitation room, library, and barber shop. Prison cells were typically 9 feet, 2.7 meters, by 5 feet, 1.5 meters, and 7 feet, 2.1 meters, high, providing minimal privacy. These cells were sparsely furnished with basic amenities, including a bed, desk, washbasin, and a toilet at the back. Racial segregation during the Jim Crow era led to African American inmates being housed separately from others. D Block was reserved for the most troublesome prisoners, with 6 cells at the end known as the Hole, where inmates faced harsh punishment for behavioral issues. The dining hall and kitchen extended from the main building, where prisoners and staff shared 3 daily meals. The Alcatraz Hospital was situated above the dining hall. Corridors within the prison were named after major U.S. streets, such as Broadway and Michigan Avenue, representing New York and Chicago, respectively. Inmate employment within the prison was considered a privilege, with those who earned it working in facilities like the Model Industries Building and New Industries Building during the day, contributing to various tasks such as sewing, woodworking, and providing military support through maintenance and laundry services. Alcatraz ceased operations as a prison in 1963 but was later transformed into a public museum. The island and prison were briefly occupied by Native Americans from 1969 to 1971. Today, Alcatraz is a prominent tourist attraction in San Francisco, drawing approximately 1.5 million visitors annually. It is currently managed by the National Park Service's Golden Gate National Recreation Area, which is responsible for its restoration and maintenance. Alcatraz quickly gained notoriety from its establishment as the most formidable prison in the United States, often considered the world's most terrifying penitentiary during its era. Former inmates recounted stories of extreme brutality and inhumane living conditions that tested their mental well-being. Ed Wutka became the first prisoner to take his own life within Alcatraz, while Roof Percival resorted to self-mutilation by severing his fingers with an axe he acquired from a fire truck, imploring another inmate to repeat the gruesome act on his other hand. One writer characterized Alcatraz as the major receptacle in San Francisco Bay, where every federal prison dispatched its most incorrigible inmates. In 1939, the newly appointed U.S. Attorney General, Frank Murphy, strongly criticized the penitentiary, stating, "The entire institution fosters a malevolent and ambitious mindset among the inmates." Alcatraz's grim reputation was exacerbated by the arrival of some of America's most dangerous criminals, including Robert Stroud, famously known as the Birdman of Alcatraz, in 1942. Stroud entered the prison system at the age of 19 and spent 17 years at Alcatraz, where he killed a guard, engaged in altercations with fellow inmates, and endured 42 out of his 54 years in solitary confinement. Despite its ominous nickname, Alcatraz, some prisoners noted that the living conditions there were relatively better compared to most other penitentiaries in the country, particularly the quality of food. As a result, many inmates willingly transferred to Alcatraz. On December 3, 1940, Henri Young murdered his fellow inmate, Rufus McCain. Young, rushing from the furniture shop to the tailor shop where McCain worked, violently stabbed McCain in the neck, leading to McCain's death 5 hours later. Young had been sent to Alcatraz in 1933 for a prior murder conviction and had been involved in an escape attempt during which the gangster Doc Barker was fatally shot. This led to Young spending nearly 22 months in solitary confinement. Eventually, he was allowed to work in the furniture shop. Young faced trial in 1941, during which his defense claimed that he should not be held accountable for the murder due to alleged cruel and unusual punishment inflicted by prison guards prior to the incident. The trial further tarnished Alcatraz's reputation, but Young was ultimately convicted of manslaughter, resulting in only a minor extension of his prison sentence. The prison's correctional officers revealed that upon their arrival at the Alcatraz wharf, convicts were primarily preoccupied with devising escape plans. Over the course of its 29-year existence, the penitentiary claimed that no inmate had successfully broken free. A total of 36 prisoners made 14 escape attempts, with 2 individuals attempting to flee on 2 separate occasions. Out of these escape endeavors, 23 escapees were apprehended, 6 met their demise through gunfire during the escape, 2 tragically drowned, and 5 remained officially recorded as missing and presumed drowned. The initial escape bid occurred on April 27, 1936, when Joseph Bowers, assigned to incinerate trash, sought to scale a chain-link fence at the island's perimeter. However, his actions were quickly detected. When he defied the orders of the correctional officer stationed at the West Road Guard Tower, he was shot. The fall from a height of over 15 meters, 50 feet, caused severe injuries, leading to his subsequent death. The second escape endeavor took place on December 16, 1937, involving Theodore Cole and Ralph Rowe. During their work assignment within one of the prison workshops, they managed to cut through the flat iron bars of a window and entered the bay. Unfortunately, it was a stormy day with rough sea conditions. Although they were never recovered, prison authorities presumed that both men had perished, speculating that they had drowned in the bay and their bodies had been carried out to sea. The most intense escape attempt unfolded between May 2 and May 4, 1946. Resulting in the notorious Battle of Alcatraz, commonly referred to as the Alcatraz Blast Out. 6 prisoners, namely Bernard Coy, Joseph Kretzer, Sam Shockley, Clarence Carnes, Marvin Hubbard, and Miron Thompson, seized control of the cell house through the overpowering of correctional officers. They successfully gained access to the weapons room and then demanded the keys for the exterior recreation door. Thinking swiftly, guard William Miller surrendered all keys except for the one to the outer door, which he discreetly kept. The prisoners initially aimed to escape via boat from the dock. However, when they encountered difficulties in opening the external door, they resolved to engage in a violent confrontation. They took Miller and another guard, Harold Stites, as hostages. Following the urging of Shockley and Thompson, Kretzer fired at the hostages at point-blank range, resulting in Miller's fatal injuries and Stites' death at the cell house. Although Shockley, Thompson, and Carnes returned to their cells, the other 3, namely Coy, Kretzer, and Hubbard, persisted in their struggle. The U.S. Marines intervened, ultimately neutralizing the 3 prisoners. In the midst of this battle, in addition to the guards and inmates who lost their lives, 17 other guards and 1 prisoner sustained injuries. Shockley, Thompson, and Carnes faced trial for the murder of the correctional officers. Shockley and Thompson received death sentences in the gas chamber, which were carried out at San Quentin in December 1948. In contrast, Carnes, being only 19 years old at the time, received a second life sentence. On June 11, 1962, Frank Morris, John Anglin, and Clarence Anglin executed a well-planned escape attempt. Behind their cells in Cell Block B, there lay an unguarded utility corridor measuring 3 feet, (0.91 meters) in width. The inmates meticulously chipped away at the salt-damaged concrete surrounding an air vent leading to this corridor. Their tools included a metal spoon modified with silver from a dime and an improvised electric drill fashioned from a stolen vacuum cleaner motor. To conceal the noise, they relied on accordions played during the music hour, and they obscured their progress with false walls within the dim recesses of their cells, deceiving the guards. The escape path took them through a fan vent. They removed the fan and its motor, replacing them with a steel grill, creating a passage large enough for a prisoner to pass through. Utilizing a carborundum abrasive cord acquired from the prison workshop, they dismantled the rivets from the grill. In their beds, they strategically placed papier-mâché dummies crafted with human hair taken from the prison barbershop. Over the course of several weeks, they fashioned an inflatable raft from more than 50 stolen raincoats, preparing it on the roof of the cell block, concealed from the watchful eyes of the guards by strategically hung sheets. Finally, they made their escape through a roof vent and departed from Alcatraz. The FBI's investigation received assistance from another inmate, Alan West, who was a part of the escape plan but was ultimately left behind. West's false wall repeatedly shifted, prompting him to secure it with cement that solidified. As Morris and the Anglins expedited their escape, West desperately chipped away at the wall, but by the time he managed to get out, his companions had already made their getaway. Over the years, the FBI and local law enforcement agencies pursued numerous leads and theories, yet no definitive evidence emerged to conclusively determine the success or failure of the escape. The FBI concluded its investigation in December 1979, officially asserting that the prisoners likely drowned in the frigid bay waters while attempting to reach the mainland. The strong ocean currents and cold water temperatures ranging from 50 to 55 degrees Fahrenheit, 10 to 13 degrees Celsius, made it improbable that they covered the 1.25 miles, 2.01 kilometers, to the shore. The case file maintained by the U.S. Marshals Service remains open and active, with Morris and the Anglin brothers still on its wanted list. Notably, circumstantial evidence discovered in the early 2010s suggested the possibility that the men had survived. Contrary to the official FBI report indicating the unrecovered raft and absence of reported car thefts, a raft was found on nearby Angel Island with footprints leading away, and a 1955 blue Chevrolet had been reported stolen on the night of the escape by 3 men, potentially including Morris and the Anglins. This raised suspicions of an official cover-up. In the mid-2010s, relatives of the Anglin brothers presented additional circumstantial evidence supporting the long-standing rumor that the Anglins had fled to Brazil after the escape, with a facial recognition analyst concluding that a 1975 photograph of 2 men resembling John and Clarence Anglin supported this claim. Thank you for joining us on this unforgettable adventure. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video, and keep exploring the world with an open heart and an insatiable appetite for knowledge. Until next time, stay curious and keep smiling.